Welcome to Metro.
Mate.
Huh?
How's it going, mate?
Hey.
Could I please check your ticket, please?
Isn't it free?
Huh? Well, yeah, but this is Roblox, mate. Bloxburg. Yeah. Different stuff. Have you got my key?
Well, I haven't got a mic.
Where's your my key?
Bro, it's not even in the inventory.
I'll make the rules, mate. Afraid I'm gonna have to find you.
Oh, shit.
What?
Oh,
Mate, how did he get into build mode? Did he build his whole station or something? Train too? What's it worth, like 3 mil? Almost all the plot data? Far out, mate. You gotta be kidding me. I didn't even find him. Cheeky bugger.
What's up, guys? I hope you enjoyed that little skit, the little montage. Hopefully the kind of quality I'm aiming for this channel. Anyway, I'm at a point now that I have kind of finished my train build. This is Parkdale station. Basically, I'll give you the rundown. I built this train last year around April of 2025, and then I just didn't touch it since. I didn't, a station, platform, anything. And then a month ago, I just had this great burst of motivation. More because uni started, and instead of wanting to do uni work, I'd rather play Bloxburg. And after probably playing for a month straight of like 3 hours a day minimum, this is what it looks like. So I'll give you a POV tour. We're gonna zoom in. I'm on a public server, so if someone comes up to say, wow, this station looks really nice, then I appreciate it, because this took a very long time. Now to make this even more interesting, before I built this station, I have never been to Parkdale station. I've passed it, but I'd never been to Parkdale station. And guess what? After I started to build it, I still didn't go to Parkdale station. Actually, it wasn't until a few days ago I decided to get on the train. Somehow I was dumb and didn't realize I have to take a replacement bus, but eventually I made my way to Parkdale station. So as we tour through my build, we can also compare it to the real Parkdale station. I've taken many videos to show you guys, and so it's not going to be perfectly accurate, but this is more meant to be a inspired build. So let's begin. You've just gotten off the road, you've just walked all the way here because you're a busy commuter. You need to go to uni, you need to go to work, and you don't have a car. You're taking the train. And you're thinking, oh, what station is this? Parkdale station. So I used decals. I used the light box. I made a glowing light box. I don't actually think the sign lights up in real life, but it looks cool that it lights up on Bloxburg, so. Now I want to point out these lamps here. I actually thought it was such a genius move to use these lamps. Basically, they are the circular light, whatever, that you could find in the ceiling lights on Bloxburg. And so they are perfectly circular, but they actually look really similar to the lamps I saw at Parkdale station. Let's just quickly look at this vegetation. So no decal plants. Honestly, I have not even gotten into decal plants up before. I've never done that. Maybe I will, but I feel like this build doesn't look realistic enough to the point that it would look good to have decal plants. So I've just got these normal Bloxburg plants, and then I've put in these custom, they're like supports. These are all over Australia, and they have leaves or trees, whatever, tiny trees that are held up by these sticks, 3 sticks, and then there's a rope in the middle. Then I put these I put them everywhere, and it kind of pops out from the ground. It makes it look a little better. Anyway, moving on from the plants, this is the car park. Now I don't think there's much to draw inspiration from the actual Parkdale station. We've got the Mini Cooper, which has got a a fabric texture on it. I don't know what else to say. It's an empty car park, park a car, and then take the train to work. And I also noticed that in the actual Parkdale station, the car park is on the right side, or I should say the city end side, because this is towards Frankston, this is towards the city. And it was actually on the city side, but this is kind of generic supports, the lights, the grey concrete pillars. A lot of stations in Melbourne look like this, but this specific glass shape where we've got the curves on one side, we've even got the raised concrete. Clearly we're at Parkdale station. We've got just a bunch of plants and rocks. I don't think there's lights, but it looked kind of dark here, so I added lights. Moving on, we've got a Mikey reader. This is what an actual Mikey reader looks like, and then this is my one. It's almost the same. I reckon I did a decent job. Like, this is not exactly how they are set up at Parkdale station. There isn't all this open area really, they've kind of like enclosed it. Now the first thing you really see when you walk in here is the departures board. So Frankston we've got on this side, we've got all 10-minute frequencies, hopefully no delays. There's actually a train on there right now, there is a train. And then we've got the city side, also 10-minute intervals, but this train comes in 5 minutes. That's why we don't have a train on both platforms. We've got a Mikey machine, and now all the decals basically, the decals here, decals on these signs, that's like the most dreadful part. I built this whole thing and then I probably spent a week barely putting effort into making these decals because it was just so boring, because I don't like making these decals. Like, what do you think? I think this is like this really just looks like the real thing. It's like this could actually be an item you buy in Bloxburg. And we've also got like this little other pay station. This is a bit different to this one, even though it has the same decals. This is like just this machine, but you can only use your card. Oh, and before I forget, this box thing, not decorated. Nothing in there to see. But this is where our friend from the beginning of the video, he lives in here. He sleeps in here. And then over here, because we're commuting, don't ask me why there's 2 gates, but we've got a bike because if you're a bit more sustainable and environmentally friendly, you would have biked to the station, not driven. We could take the stairs, but I'll just show you the elevator on this side. It's kind of more grand reveal. And yes, there's floor 2, floor 3, floor 4, but please don't go to any of those floors. You will get stuck forever. Floor 4 it is. And here we are. Obviously we have a little peek of the train. I did intentionally leave the platform walls, like the middle walls, invisible or gone, so that you can actually see the undercarriage detail I made to the train. We've got the free travel sign, some seats. We're on platform 1, which, if you didn't know, basically all the stations in Victoria, platform 1 is the one going to the city. Unless it's like more than 2 platforms at a station. But usually platform 1 is one of them going to the city. Unfortunately, we have been tracking horribly in Bloxburg. 0 services delivered and 0 punctuality. I guess since this train cannot move, that's going to be a forever thing. I did build this help point thing, which I think I did a decent job. Obviously it's not aligned properly, and I probably could take 1 second to fix it. But at the time I thought I was going to run out of plot data, so it's misaligned. It's fine. You can see how I can press ring. Actually makes a noise, which is like kind of cool. Basically this is like the intercom that you could just buy. Then I put basic shapes on top of it and I made it look more like the actual help points we have. And then the final sign I've just made it look better, is the stand behind the yellow line. You can stand on the orange, you can stand on the grey, do not stand on the yellow. And don't stand over here, this is so dangerous. What if the train comes? And then we can see the actual detailed departures. We've got Parkdale, Mentone, Cheltenham, all the way to Flinders Street. I guess we can also look at this detail, or minimal detail I put into these electric wire things. I also put a little XT2 smiley face. Probably some station codes they put on the pillars for engineers and stuff to know, but I just put XT2 for Extrapolis 2. And it is actually hard to get out of here when you get stuck. Like it's a decently difficult, so It's a bit more realistic of real life. Let's jump down and go back through. Also, I forgot to mention the sign. That's the sign. Let's take the stairs for this one so we can kind of see the whole grand blue box thing. Oh, who's that? Yo. Oh, who is that? There's another one. Yes, you're allowed to take a look. Why would I ever deny someone taking a look at this plot I've loaded into a public server? Here is the train. This is the train. You can see I've put a bunch of decals. We've got the emergency door release, open, or press to open door, Transport Victoria logos, Frankston, bike pram zone, more logos, and actually look at these buttons. So basically, they are a light switch I put on a basic shape, and then I put another yellow basic shape around it. So it actually looks like the buttons you press on the door.
I forgot to get any reference footage for the actual train, the outside and the inside. And that's because I haven't seen the train. It's still a brand new train. And the only way to really see the videos is to go on YouTube and see those dedicated gunzels that have actually looked at the train. Except I was on the train one time and I just managed to see it for a second at Caulfield Station. I'm fat as a chicken. There's the train. That's it. That's it right there. Behind the bricks.
If you want to take a look, we've got the Frankston departure, all of the stations to Frankston. Oh, this train's leaving now. So once we get on board, I think one of my proudest moments of building the interior was these poles in the middle. Because I had ideas of how to do it, and none of them came out as nice as this. Like, I already knew about these poles, but I didn't realize I could so easily put them around an invisible cube here. So let's work from the front of the train. We'll start with the doors. Stand clear, warning. If you're on the train, don't do this. Don't jump on the doors. Don't try to smash the windows. I've got this like emergency sticker. There's meant to be like a lever you can pull that's inside this box, but obviously I can't do that. Why are they trying to give me money? I don't need money. I dropped 3 mil on this. I mean, you can, but you don't need to. I've got the maps on the walls, and like, to be honest, let's just be honest, like, this train is massive. For like the Roblox character, this is massive. The handlebar is taller than me, but pretend you're really, really tall. Now we can take a quick sneak peek into the driver's cab. You're not meant to go in here, by the way. There's a big clear decal saying so. Gaming PC. Yes, that's right. Every single train has a gaming PC. We can just play some games. Moving on, we've got more custom decals. I've got this press button for assistance because basically these seats are meant to flip up, and you'll have space to actually put wheelchairs and if you just want to stand here. But we've got these buttons here so people can press them if they need to get off at a train station. And basically the ramps are meant to be stored in these big pillars. Originally, these seats, none of them you could sit in, but I like reworked all of it and I actually saved a bunch of plot data. And now you can actually sit in every single seat. We've got the no breaking rules sign. Now this is actually a little bit different from the actual signs that are on the train. No alcohol, no smoking. I uploaded that to Roblox and then my account got removed. It's just no, 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 no. And up here we've just got like the screens that have the stations we're at. It's not exactly accurate, and the font is wrong because I made this graphic like last year and I didn't have the correct font. All the doorways are basically the same. Got priority seats. So basically all the orange seats are the priority ones. I'm also really happy with these handles that come out of the seats. Like, I think it actually like looks pretty clean. We've got some wider areas here where, I mean, you can't really walk through it, but this is meant to be for groups to sit. These doors do not work. I've just got one open here, one open on the far end of the middle carriage, and I didn't open any on the last one, just for variety. You can kind of tell what it looks like when they're all closed. Then into this kind of middle section, it is very bright here, but this is kind of like the middle section where obviously the carriages are separate from each other. You can move independently. So if you want to be a daredevil and stand here and then it shakes all over the place, then be my guest. I've also got the carriage numbers. So this is 8177. This next one is 8277. And then the last one is 8677. And the front one is 1, The last one is 6. And I just decided to make this middle one 2. We did just skip a whole carriage, but to be honest, there isn't that much else that's different between any of these. Oh, there's a person there. There's a very stinky person there. Before we finish this tour, I'll show you the pantograph. It's a very basic pantograph, but it connects to the wires, obviously. Powers the train. Got a few wires, nothing really realistic, but obviously the train needs power from somewhere. And there's a little extra, like, I think these are meant to be aircon units or something, just kind of random shapes scattered across the top. If you want, you can jump onto the train, on the top of the train. If you just jump on these fences, you know, you can ride the train here if you want. And that's my train, guys. I hope you like it. So after I viewed all of Parkdale Station, got all those clips, I went home and rode one of the best trains ever. And you should stay tuned because there might be a surprise in Bloxburg, but like, you should totally subscribe so you might see another train.